Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Hey, y'all, we have our first Bulgari homage today from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
We are the Barbershop Duet.
hey, y'all, come on in. We're so glad you found our little barbershop. Thank you for stopping by. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, join the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. It's a cool group of folks from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we are having a fun day tomorrow over on Instagram. We have Rod and Mandy from Stirling themselves on our Instagram In Conversation series.
Yeah, y'all, we have been saving up our questions all year. This is going to be awesome. And we might even ask them if they've seen a ghost. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Carmichael. We had a few waiting on the piano. We could not decide, but this is the winner for us to film today.
Y'all, beautiful, dark, rich, spicy, maybe some tobacco and vanilla swirling around in there. Perfect for autumn. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at stirlingsoap.com.
This scent is very sensual with notes that we're going to be giving away here, people. Leather, vanilla, and powder up front.
Leather, vanilla, and powder. I'm not sure how the leather's going to sit with those two, but I'm excited to
We're
find
going
out.
to find out. It is perfect for day or night. Altogether, it has top notes of green tea, bergamot, and rose, a woody middle of sandalwood, cedar, and jasmine, and a base of leather, vanilla, amber, musk, and oak moss. It's inspired by Bulgari Black.
Which I know nothing about, except it came out in 1998 at the era when amazing things were happening in the fragrance world. So, I'm excited to know what mysteries and wonders are hiding under this little one and how we can maybe sort of twist it into a Halloween soap. We'll figure out a way when we open the box. Ooh, we got two more in here, y'all, from last month's releases. We got Oud Sigma, and we've got, let's see, which one is this? Oh, that's
we're waiting on that one.
And then we've got, let's see, here we go. Oh, this is the Carmichael. There it is,
And here's
right
our
there.
splash.
And you've got the splash. Did we get menthol?
We
did get menthol. We haven't been getting menthol lately, but
Let's
I did get
see.
this one.
Is that like a dark brown color?
don't
It's
know.
always fun to figure out
Oh,
what's
it is. It's like a dark mahogany
well,
color.
actually, it's probably as close to black as you can get without it being, because it is technically based on
Right, Bulgari Black. Well, y'all, I'm excited for this dapper first impression.
All right, it does kind of, I feel like, have your vibes
It
coming
does.
towards
I'll
it.
totally
I feel
do
like
this first.
you should go first.
I'm trying to figure out our thumbnail, how we can make this Halloween. Either Car, we could do Christine for like the crazy Halloween
right.
car, or Michael Myers. That's probably what I'll go with. So Carmichael Myers. That's what
Whatever
we're
spooky you want to take,
All
go
right,
for that.
Here we go. I'm going to pretend
Watch it
I'm
smell
Jamie Lee
not
Curtis.
Scooby.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, it's almost the gourmand side of leather. Beautiful, rich, deep, and spicy.
So it's a little darker, okay.
And a lighter intensity than I'm used to. I'm kind of grateful for that because some of these could be awfully
There's
pokey.
a long list.
And some of them might get in each other's way if the scent were too intense in certain ways, because scent note balancing is a delicate business, y'all. So, wait a minute, hold on. Whoa. It's the lighter, creamier edges of this. Okay, hold on, wait. I don't want to do this on my own.
Really?
Take this
Oh, okay, we're going right to it, people.
Here
Okay.
we go. Not at all a dark scent for me.
Interesting.
So I don't know if Bulgari Black is an apropos
Right?
name, because for this, I'm getting beiges and at the very most a light brown. At the very most,
But you can
burnt sienna
see
is
why
going on
it
in
came
this.
out at this time of year.
Oh, it's a fabulous autumn scent.
Okay.
Yes.
Just from the words you were using. I'm assuming
I
that's
think
what you meant.
Carmichael is a much more apropos name.
Oh, interesting. I see what you're saying. I almost, not in a weird way, but I got the image of like my grandpa's broken in leather chair.
Yes.
Like something I would just, it has its own smell you don't realize until you like miss it or you get a whiff of it and you're like, oh, that's what I would have pictured.
Yes. And not a traditional version of any of these scent notes. So like if you were to ask me like, do you get leather? Not really.
In its own way, I guess that would be considered leather, but my brain would not have pictured that scent.
Right. It's almost like if leather had been made into a gourmand, which is a little weird because it kind of is. It's just cow.
But I see why you're saying that, because that really does work with what I'm smelling.
I need a little bit more of a full sense of this off the top because this is a little bit lighter. So I'm going to dive into the splash a little bit early for our episodes. Hold on a second here.
But we got to get the real whips
I
here.
know. I kind of want to. I just want to conquer the personality of this guy.
But they might be very similar, and then that'll answer your questions.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. So let's see what we got.
We have a friend. Do you want to help us?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in Elaine Stritch from Two's Company on the BBC. All right, here we go.
All right, Elaine, what do you think? It's got a good whiff?
Oh, this is weird. This is wild. Okay, so hold on.
Yeah?
It's almost as if you took all of these scent notes and somehow made a bubblegum sense out of them. Just in their charm, in the way they're dancing around each other.
Charm is a good word.
Whoa, and it's way lighter. It's way in those bubblegum kind of spices than it is in anything dark or rich.
It's so interesting to me because no words that I'm trying to spit out of my face are working. Like it's its own scent. I don't want to say savory because that's not right. No. And I don't want to say it's not smooth because I feel like there's texture. Like I feel like the image I'm getting, I know I said like the older broken in leather chair, but now I'm at like a really woodsy cabin in the middle of nowhere that hasn't been influenced by like city life somehow. Like it's not bougie. It's not dank or anything. It's just its own personality and character. Like age made this scent.
You know what I'm getting? I'm getting a tobacco and leather, but it's being balanced for me. Actually, this just made sense with a caramel.
Oh.
Carmichael. Is it possible that there's a caramel sense in here too for Rod and Andy? I bet there is.
Is there such thing as like a dried caramel? Like something that's not too sweet.
Right.
But it's something that's in there.
Well, it's not a burnt sugar. It's kind of the creamy part of the caramel for me. So it's kind of that's balancing out the leather like you spilled a sundae in the back seat of a Ferrari.
It's funny. I like how subtle this scent is, but I need better words to explain it. Like it's charming because it is so subtle.
Right.
It's almost more a personality or a vibe than it is like cologne in my face.
Yeah. And is there a mint note in this or is it the menthol?
I'm wondering that's why she wants it. She wants the menthol.
Oh, it's not in this. So I think that's the menthol thing.
Okay, so you said like the burgundies, the deep browns. Like if I hadn't read any of those scent notes, I don't even know if I'd pick half those out.
No, this is its own thing. A creamy sense at first, like creamy, spiced, masculine. And this has kind of been our hypothesis moving forward. In the fine colognes, we kind of find that these balances, like when you smell Calvin Klein's Obsession for Men, what is the primary top note? Who knows and who cares? Because it's presenting its own personality, and that's what it's designed to do, not let you know what it's made up of. So I think some of these beautiful, fine EDPs from back in the day were kind of designed to not present you with any particular scent notes, but more of its own total brand new vibe and personality, and that's what this is doing.
Could you be getting like coffee? It's not coffee. But what is a scent that's close to
just
it?
Just like brown and spicy. That's totally the vibe.
Because it's not the bitter side of coffee, just like the earthy side of coffee.
Right. And a twilight sense. Like not a nighttime sense. I'm going to write to these people. I don't think they should have called this black. I think they should have called this something else.
But they did say you could wear it day or night. And there are parts of this that are, I think because it's not getting as much of a vibe. Right. It is much more a personality or an identity. So wherever you want to wear it, it blends in with you. You do it.
According to the pages we found, this was one of the very first unisex fragrances that hit the market, along with Calvin Klein's One and things like that. So I think this is lovely in how it's presenting a female part of it too. Do you get that?
I just read Michael and I assumed it was meant to be masculine. So give me a second.
Does it smell like new car? If your name is Michael.
So now that you've said that, let me re-whiff this. And I'm not going to be persuaded by the title.
No. It's not called Carmichael.
Again, I feel like it could almost be like an identity scent.
Right.
You know, like the ones that we had that it was like fresh out of the shower skin smell?
Right. Just a clean, beautiful scent.
There's something like that here. Yeah. Not that you're dirty. It's not fresh out of the shower.
Right.
But you have had a productive day. It's like your identity smell.
Yes, and it's not soapy, but it's super white and clean in that sense, and I'm not sure how.
But then I get like the worn inside of it,
right?
Like in a nice way, in like you've lived your life way, not in like it's been ruined and used too much. But there's something in it that it's like you have to have seen things in life to smell like this. Right. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Just because they're both named Black as well, do you get a little bit of a sense of Stirling Black, of Polo Black?
Well, that's why I was wondering because the label has that same similar black.
Right, yeah. They both came out around the same time. They're both kind of called Black, so I'm wondering if they might have some similar little scent notes hiding in there.
I don't know. For me, this has none of the fruits that
Right,
the
no
Polo one
mango
has.
in this, right.
It doesn't have any of that. So the brightness is gone. This is definitely more that earthier type of scent, but it's recreated somehow differently.
Right.
It's still, I wouldn't have called it black. Just me, it doesn't come across as that. At least in the versions we are smelling right now.
It's not dark or mysterious.
No,
right? Yeah.
and it's only mysterious because it's its own thing.
Yeah,
It
right,
doesn't have
right.
a lane. It has just like, it almost smells like a person to me. I
Right.
don't know if that makes sense coming across.
Well, and you know what's funny? If we are going to kind of invent this to be a Halloween episode and call this Carmichael Myers, he was not a creature of like hiding in the dark. The kind of crazy thing about Michael Myers is he'd be standing down the street on high noon staring at you from behind the shrubs. So it's kind of like that. It's like not
smell
black.
like
It's
that.
not dark. It's more of a light day if it's going to have some mystery
Right?
to it. But yeah, this is totally named after Michael Myers. We've had a meeting. We've decided.
Yep.
And y'all, if we are going to build a lather, we might want to take a little U-turn, go back and look at these set notes. All right, y'all. So this is our bougie stick from Amazon.com, and I think they've given us a little more than 5.8
That's a hefty
ounces
tub,
in this
y'all.
one.
I'm
There's
just
a
saying.
big pour in this one. And our copper or KUN bowl. This is the smaller size, but I like this one, I think, better because it just fits in my hand a little better, and I have a little bit more control over the brush. And our Smaldridge Memorial Bougie Spray. Here it is. All right, y'all, so we are slowly cracking the code on lather building here on the Barbershop Duet. So what I generally do right now is I keep the soap kind of up here, I keep the water kind of down there, and then my goal is to get as much of that soap onto my bristles as I can, even before the water. That way the bristles are nicely coated, then I can introduce the water, and the bristles themselves are what bring the soap into the equation. And the little lip on the KUN bowl just keeps everything nicely where it's supposed to be, and this 24mm Stirling knot is perfect for the newbie because they can really see what they're doing inside that bowl.
I was trying to remember what the one weird one was that stuck in my brain when I was reading the list, and it was green tea. Do you smell green tea?
Oh, hold on. So this is something you'll only find in the Barbershop Duet. This is the T for 2 and 2 for T with on 3, 1, 2. Oh, 100%. 100%. That's what first is meeting my nose. But my nose was like, I'm not sure what you are, so I'm going to keep going.
I'm getting like the tea leaves.
Right, yes,
Like
absolutely.
that
almost
part.
like a dry green tea sense.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
All right, y'all, so back to the sales page at stirlingsoap.com.
It is quite a list, so strap
Here
in.
we go, all right.
Leather,
Yep.
vanilla, and powder are
Okay,
like
so
the main things you're going to get here.
Smell for the powder. I love how that's
Oh,
sitting
I'm
in
getting
there.
more like a molassesy thing now.
Oh, see, I find a creamy powder note alongside the molasses powder.
Wow, okay, I'm going to
Love
keep
this.
reading because
All right, go
clearly
ahead.
there's
Yeah,
more here.
there's a lot in here, y'all.
Green tea,
Got it.
bergamot, and rose, which aren't as potent as I thought, but I think that's how it's staying from getting too dark.
Yeah, and the rose is just kind of a sweet binder. It's just kind of there to
Yeah.
bring the top notes and the middle notes together with a little subtle sweet, but nothing too crazy.
Right, it really doesn't stand out like on its own,
And
so
you
it's
know,
in there.
the sweet quotient for this. Y'all, I was thinking this was going to go sweet. It doesn't. This goes, right, and stays there.
Yeah.
This does not go like beyond 20-30% sweet.
It's more in that savory kind of smooth lane for
right.
me. I don't know how, but maybe with these woody middle notes.
Right, not spicy, but how is this doing this? Okay, so
Says
middle notes off.
sandalwood.
Yes, that I'm getting the sandalwood 100%. And then along with
Cedar.
the cedar. Not as much cedar. Do you get the cedar?
I think I got that earlier more off here.
Right.
I was getting a
yes.
little bit more in there. And then jasmine.
There's
So
a floral in this.
again, I can see why it's supposed to be unisex.
Right.
Like there's a lot of things going on here.
So the jasmine and the rose, I think, are kind of binding together to help bring you from the top notes to the middle notes into the base notes.
And then speaking of base notes, we got a lot here too. Leather, vanilla, amber, which I think I get more here.
Right.
I definitely get more in
And
that.
I do kind of sense the powder note and the amber note as being separate, which is cool.
Okay, and then the last ones we got musk and oak moss.
Musk, which could be anything from clean laundry to... So who knows? What do you get a sense of musk in this?
I think that's why I said there's some age to this scent, and I can't
Right.
figure out how. Like that's why I was picturing like an older cabin,
Yeah,
or like an older
right.
used chair. Like there's just something about that. The
wisdom to
musk is
this,
used
right.
in that way.
Right.
Sometimes it's super clean, sometimes it's not. So here it's like that more broken in version. I
I
think.
know we never talk about lather here in the Barbershop. I gotta sneak this shot in. Look at that lather, y'all. Look how tiny those bubbles are. And y'all, when we do watch our Sinatra Lennon videos, we do love to watch how the lather covers his face. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we will do a little of this. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Look how that covers. And my face is dry. Can I do the honor?
Yeah. I feel like it's like gentle is a good word.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out how well to describe it.
Yes, this is not a pokey scent in any sense of the imagination, y'all. This is just beautiful and right there in the middle of the intensity scale.
I was drying down on, from the splash to here.
Right.
There's some commonalities that I can really tell the difference, and then there's other parts that just are exactly the same.
Right. And it's more of like a sidekick personality. This is not like a leading man personality.
No,
this is
I'm
like
with
a
you.
best friend who's going to be hanging out with you, making sure you don't get bored today.
And I'm getting a lot more of like the herbs, the musk, the powders, the cleans.
Right.
And the florals honestly don't pop out as much as I thought they would.
No, for me, the only thing the florals do is add a subtle sense of sweet that help bring the notes together.
Right. There is a gentle sweetness, and it's not gourmandy sweetness. Like, I don't know how, so it must be the florals that's coming through.
It's almost creating a sense of maple.
Yes.
For me in the middle of this. Are you getting that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not exactly sure how, but it's just subtle enough that it has that like deeper, darker, ambery
and that's
tones.
how it's autumnal. It's got like subtle maple smoky scents in there for me a little bit.
I guess my brain is now, like as I'm smelling it here, almost getting like an obsidian, a black stone or something.
Oh, well, for these rocks, we might have to dig a little deeper. Yeah, you know what's kind of cool about this is the scent notes are light enough and they don't really lock together in any particular way.
No.
So where they leave me at the end of the whiff is kind of like a book that's all once upon a time in a beautiful, and then your nose can kind of pick it up from there. Yeah. And I think that's almost how we were getting the maple is I don't know if it's totally there, but I think where those scent notes leave off, it leaves your nose ready to pick up where you want it to go.
And I still can't figure out how it is a fall scent.
Right.
Well, like at least that time of year, like I can tell it's cooler outside and there's other stuff happening, but I don't know what in this layout is making my nose take me to the fall season, but it's definitely here.
And you know what's cool about this for an autumn scent? For those of you that are giant fans of like autumn ash, like I am, of just like the dark, dank, spicy bonfire kind of thing, this is one of those that has a few of those notes in it, but they're super light. So if you're not a total witchcraft guy like I am and you really like those dank, muskier scents, this has just enough of a sense of them to give you that Halloween vibe, but not enough to take you all the way to the danks and the deeps. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like if you could take even like Briar we've done before, like there's something just subtle echoes, not the same scent at all, but a similar kind of sort of vibe if we had to guide you somewhere into that lane, I think.
Yeah, so the mildewy bonfire is like 8 miles that way. Like maybe somebody was wearing your jacket while they walked past it.
Yeah.
And y'all, one of the things I really want to ask Rod and Mandy, if you take this list of set notes and you like order them from a catalog and you put them together, I don't think you'd actually get this.
Yeah.
I think you have to come about recreating the homages in a much different way. Or I know Rod has mentioned like he's found homage oils that already exist,
pre-made,
but he has to find the right ones because some of them aren't really reminiscent of the originals for him.
Interesting.
So I'm very curious about how you recreate some of these original homages.
Right, because there is something that's like more of an homage versus inspired by, or like there's different ways that you have to take that.
Right, and sometimes it's like a direct homage where it's just like absolutely perfect. You couldn't tell that from the original juice.
Right.
And sometimes the perfumer has given their own personality to that, or even like what Sean's doing at McDuff is like start with one and then zoom way out and add a ton of stuff so that it's just kind of hiding in the background. But I'm excited because of how beloved Rod and Mandy are in the shaving world to see what questions y'all are going to come up with for them.
And it's interesting. I feel like this is another one of those scents that we're going to have to spend some time with because nothing in this is really sticking out more than the rest, like what you've talked about before. So I think the more time we spend with this, we're going to be able to get the other deeper layers.
Was there tobacco in this?
I still, there's like some deep ambery herbs things happening.
Right. I don't remember listing tobacco.
No, I think it was more leather.
Sure, there's tobacco in this.
It's creating things. Like we got kind of like the maple vibe. Right. So I know those are what's listed, but I think what our noses are getting or how they're interacting is almost recreating something different.
Ooh. And you know what's cool? The leather here kind of maintains some of its earthy.
I'm with you. When you look at your dad's wallet that used to be leather and there's like barely anything left after it's lived a long time.
So it's pretty simple. Y'all just be Michael Myers getting ready for his 8th Halloween when he's a little boy. They're going to put a clown outfit on you. They're going to put little rosy cheek makeup on you. And by the end of the night, you're going to get your own. Head over to StirlingSoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. I've had my shave, y'all, with Carmichael. A strong, silent type of a scent note, a best friend, a pal on your shoulder. Nothing too crazy, but beautiful in its balance, and I'm loving this. The Stirling lather, y'all, you don't have to learn how to make a lather. It learns you. Do you want a little more foamy? Add a little more water. You need a little bit more creamy. Add a little less. Give it a little more time. It's going to become a little more sticky. A little bit less. It's going to be a little more watery. Y'all, it is a miracle how they've created this, and we will be back from Welcome to Messages.
So for our spooky season here, we wanted to give you a chance to win a $20 gift card to Southern Witchcraft.
Yeah, y'all, all you have to do is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com to be eligible and mention Southern Witchcraft. Then check back here on our show on November 2nd when we have our Alexa choose our lucky winner.
Best of luck. You smell the mint again? I think so.
A tiny bit of a sour note maybe hiding in here.
Yeah, there are perplexing parts, and I don't know if it's how they're interacting
Right.
or like each whiff I'm just finding a new way in. I don't know.
And y'all, we'd be a little remiss to not mention that right now our house smells glorious, and it is because of the wax melts from Stirling Soap Company. May we suggest you begin the season with pumpkin spice and hot apple cider because these run out rather quickly, they are glorious.
Only $5.
$5.
What are you supposed to do? We do 2 in each little tub that we use.
Right.
So we get 3 good uses out of one of these bad boys.
And it's awesome. They
good.
last a couple of days.
So we have been enjoying our fall with a little help of Stirling, and now we get to add some more fun with some Carmichael
Our
spookiness.
soap and our shampoo, they're all pumpkin spice right now, y'all. We're going a little crazy.
We're going just a little hard for this
So
season.
if you have some questions for Rod and Mandy tomorrow night on our live on Instagram, please put them in the comments now, or even better, join us over there tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Pacific and 9 o'clock Eastern. Say hi to Rod and Mandy yourselves.
And in the meantime, don't forget your next appointment with Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.
Hey.